Hey, this is Anthony from RevZilla. We watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Dainese Assen ladies one-piece race suit, available at RevZilla.com. This is the new Asen from Dainese. This is a one-piece technical race suit coming in just under the $1,000 mark, specifically made for the hardcore lady rider. Now I'm gonna call it out right out of the gates. 4 colors, it's technical, it is not the guy's version of a suit dumbed down, which we have seen many manufacturers make the mistake of in the past. Sorry, Dainese, including you. The predecessor to this suit was called the Racing, and it was around the same price and called the same thing as the guy's version, but it was less technical. It didn't have the perf scheme. It didn't have the shoulders. It was missing some of the hardcore features that for around $1,000, if you're taking it to the racetrack, not only do you want them, you absolutely need them. So now going to spring of 2017, at around the $1,000 mark, we applaud Dainese for raising the bar back up again and doing something that other manufacturers struggle with. Now remember, in the Dainese collection, you can always step up to something like Laguna Evo for ladies, and you get suit to boot, you get localized perf. It's a little bit of a different feature set that's more technical, but that's $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. Again, they didn't have something that Dainese considers entry level, which compared to most other manufacturers is really going to be, what, in my opinion, a mid-range suit. There are a lot of manufacturers making a cheap suit. This is not a cheap suit. It just happens to be the lowest price point in the Dainese's technical suit line because their bar is higher. Now, if we look at it, a few things to call out right away, and then I'm going to talk fitment, and then we'll get into the nuance. This is 1.2 millimeter race grade tutu leather from Dainese. It is a full perforation scheme for even you ladies that live in the Northeast where it's really hot and humid. When you get to the track, you're gonna get the maximum breathability. And the thing that we absolutely love about this suit that ties it all together nicely, composite armor, shoulder, elbow, knee. You have your pro shape hips, which are softer, but you get the hard part sliders that are aluminum that sit outside and are exposed on the shoulder. And that is the hallmark of the Dainese suit. And that is what was missing from the ladies racing suit, the predecessor, before we got here to the Asen one piece. I will call out too, ladies, there is an Asen leather jacket, which takes some styling cues. It's a jacket. That's gonna use 1.0 grid cowhide. That's gonna be a lighter weight cowhide. This is 1.2 millimeter safety stitched to get you to the track cowhide. There is a difference when you go to the suit version. Now, quickly, let's talk about fitment. This is what Dainese considers its more entry level, it's your more flexible, it's your track day suit. Dainese puts a sport fit in it. You can see Lucy to my left. She's 5'8", 150. She's wearing a size 42, but she's standing pretty comfortably right up and down. That means it's more of a sport fit. There's a little bit of a, I'm not gonna call it relaxed at all. It is a race suit meant to be in the tuck position, but it's not as hardcore articulated for the tuck as you'd see something like the Laguna Evo as you step up. When you step up, if Lucy was standing that straight up and down, it would start to feel really uncomfortable. You would start to have a little bit more of a pull, as suits that are more race fitted don't have as much material and they really start to be uncomfortable when you get out of that tuck position. So again, keep that in mind, ladies, but if we look at it, remember, there's no outward adjustability in a suit like this, but you do have more elasticated panels than you had on the previous racing, and we're not going to show it just yet, but when Lucy spins backwards, you're going to see how you have it on the yoke, on the lat. Again, if you want to step up to Laguna Eco, you get even more elastication, but for what this suit is, it is the exact same feature set as the guy's suit, and again, having that sport fitment, it's very predictable, and it's not over the top. Use the size chart, we'll ship free over 39 bucks, and if you want, click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the new ladies Asen one-piece race suit. Now, if we dive into some of the other nuance, we've talked perforation. Now, it's not localized perf, knowing that that perf goes all the way to the edge. You have to step up to get that localized perf. That's a safety feature. S1 stretch panels come down. They come down along the legs. You see them on the inside of the arms. That's going to allow for expansion and breathability, range of motion in the tuck. You can see it comes all the way across to the collarbone here. Notice, if you look up along the neckline, it does have a little bit of that inner NanoFeel liner that is poking out. You can see that. That's fully removable. It's fully washable, but NanoFeel means it's antimicrobial. So again, it's that sanitized style liner that's going to keep it less funky if you're getting to the track a lot. And I will tell you that for most people spending $1,000 more on a race suit, typically you're investing in that level because you appreciate protection, but you're gonna get your bang for the buck. You're gonna get your use out of it. So as you start to use a suit, you wanna be able to deconstruct it and you wanna wash it. We talked about the aluminum shoulder hard parts, but remember, underneath that is going to have a full composite piece of armor. Shoulders, elbows, and forearms. You have adjustability at the shins and knees that go all the way down. Again, you even have those pro-shaped hips. So again, you're taking forward the protection scheme on a suit like this. The other thing to call out, and you know it's funny, I haven't talked about it yet, is just the logo scheme. You buy a Dainese race suit because you're a badass. You want to be that guy or that gal. And if you look at this screams Dainese. This is black, white, red with a big fluoro demon right down the front with big fluoro demons right on these shoulder hard parts. That's why you're spending the money. That's part of it. Part of it is because you appreciate the style that goes into all of that protection. 4 colors available. In my opinion, this is the most badass one. And you can see the fluoro red makes its way down the hips, makes its way down the forearm. Now, if we look at the forearm here, if I move Lucy's arm over, you're going to see it's going to have a basic forearm construction. If we open it up, you're going to see there's my micro Velcro. There is how it connects at the end. That's going to be, you can see that Lucy's wearing a race undersuit. That's not part of this suit. That's what she's wearing underneath it. But you can also see right there, that's going to be your NanoFeel liner pulling everything together. And that zips down. It's low profile. It's going to go under your ladies' race gauntlet. Now, if you move your way down the front of the suit, notice right around the inside of the legs, inside of the thighs, you have more S1 stretch for flexibility. As you get towards the top of the knees, you start to see bi-elasticated leather panels, which are that more hardcore and protective, a way that you build accordion stretch into a suit like this. And as you move down past that, you're going to see a full-on race-style puck. They are replaceable. They come with the suit, rock and roll. That's what you're going to need to take this, put it on, and go to the racetrack. Now, Lucy, turn and face away from me. If Lucy turns that way, you're going to see the arm articulation. We talked a lot about the armor. I'm just going to lift her arm there. In my opinion, they might have been able to perforate the backside of the arm on the inside of the bicep a little bit further. It's out of harm's way. They chose not to. But again, Dainese logo, clean, classic stitch down the side. And notice now we have more bi-elasticated panels at the shoulder blade for range of motion. You see how it comes all the way down into the hip and it goes along the yoke around the small of the back. That's again going to work with you when you're leaning side to side, but also when you're in the tuck position on the bike. And notice it is a full-on race style hump. I'm not going to call this a sport hump. I've seen bigger humps on race suits. I've also seen much smaller. This to me is GP style. And you can see here as it ties its way in and as you work your way down into the hip, notice the Pro Shape armor. You can see that along the hip. That is going to be included. Again, you're getting everything you need. Moving down past the knee, you'll see on the back side of the knee, it's going to be more S1 stretch panel. Again, meant for a high degree of breathability in a low impact area. And then Lucy, turn backwards for me. If Lucy turns back and we start all the way at the top, you're going to see 3D mesh up along the collar. It does 2 things. One, it allows air to flow in over the helmet. It goes underneath the backside of the helmet. It flows through the suit. This is a not perforated hump. If I had to call out a little bit of a nitpick, I want to see a little bit of perforation, a little bit of ventilation on the back of the hump to just help air out the back a little bit. But again, they're giving you some of that at the neck. It actually makes the collar a little bit more low profile. So depending on the helmet that you're wearing, you're going to have an easier range of motion and the ability to move your helmet side to side in head checks. Again, being thoughtful about design. And if we move down into the back here, notice big Demon Dainese logo right up along this elasticated stretch panel. And then if you move back, double reinforcement into the seat, and then you move into the calves, you're also going to have your ability for entry and exit in the calves as you move your way down. I believe when you go to the Laguna Evo, you're going to get an expansion panel there as well, and you do have the suit to boot combo. This suit is only designed to go inside the boot. You're not going to be able to put a boot on the inside of that. And again, that's a premium or an upgrade feature when you think about Dainese suits. Come back around to the front for me there. You're also going to be able to, on the inside of the suit, you're going to want, you should have room to add a CE level 2 back protector from Dainese. Again, typically they go over the shoulders and they have a kidney belt. Again, that's going to be up to you and your choice. But if we really look at it, all in, all things considered, Dainese took the racing lady suit from yesteryear, which in our opinion was a dud, and they said, you know what, we're going to come out with the new version, the Asen one piece. We're going to make a guy's Asen one piece. And we're going to say the only thing we're going to change from guys to gals is going to be the fit and ergonomics and some of the lines. It basically gave you everything. And ladies, that's what we scream at them about at the manufacturer level, because that's what the motorcycle needs to do. 15% of motorcyclists are lady riders, and that 15% need high quality gear that's just as protective as the guys, let alone the style factor that's going to allow them to see safe, comfortable, protective, and as fast as they want to be on the racetrack. And we think this suit does that as you work your way into this category. Now, the next step in your journey is to click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com. Read other lady rider reviews. You should not just take my word for it. Digest the reviews of other women that are putting it through its paces on our product page at RevZilla.com. As always, we'll ship for free at $39. And if you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla. Stay up to date on our opinion on the latest and greatest in the motor universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.